So DJI just came out with the brand new RS4 Mini gimbal, and a big feature on it is the tracking module that you can snap on and enable the gimbal to track subjects automatically. Pretty cool feature, but something I didn't know until just recently when a couple of viewers have commented on my videos that the RS3 Mini, when paired with some Lumix cameras, actually can do this already, or at least some version of it. I have not tried this myself, but somebody commented asking me to make a video about it, testing it out, so let's see how this goes. So first off, for this to work, we're gonna need to be in autofocus and need to go into our settings here on that button and turn on subject detection. So right now I have it on humans, but later I'm gonna try it on animals, okay? And maybe cars and other things, and test some things out. But for now, we're gonna start with humans and see how that goes. So now we're gonna hook it up to the gimbal, and you do need to connect with the USB port for this to work properly, at least on the S5 II, which I'm using here. I think it'd be the same on all the Lumix cameras. Also for the USB mode, it should be in PC tether mode, which is the same mode you need to do any of the USB controls from the gimbal to the camera, like starting and stopping recording and all that. So that's the same. So now what we should be able to do is simply, while it's got a detected subject on the screen, hit the trigger once and it should track the subject. I'm gonna hit record. It's detecting me. I hit the trigger. Would you look at that? So now it is tracking me. I move this way and it's tracking me. I walk down this way, right? It's gotta keep up. Cool. Let's see if I run a little bit. Yep, it still got me. This is kind of cool. I have never really known this was a feature on my camera. Not a lot of people are talking about this. It's a really cool pairing between Lumix cameras and DJI gimbals. Shout out to Photo Joseph, who is a guy that's made a video about this. That's where I learned how to do what I just showed you here. So one thing I definitely noticed is that the tracking is a little jerky. Like it's kind of hunting a little bit, like it'll turn and then it'll overshoot just a little bit and kind of come back. But like, what am I complaining about? The gimbal is doing it all on its own. So this is pretty cool. Something the person who commented on my video wanted me to try out was using the gimbal tracking with some of the other focus modes, like animals or cars, or even the new like trains and airplanes one. I don't know if I can pull off the airplanes one, maybe train, we'll see. Let's start with animals. So the cats are always a big nuisance when I'm trying to film, but today they're actually gonna come in handy because I'm gonna try to get one of these cats to have a little cameo in the video here for demonstration purposes. Let's see what we can do. By the way, if this is our first time meeting, hey, I'm Levi. I make filmmaking and storytelling content here on YouTube. I hope you enjoy the journey today. First off, we need to change this focusing detecting subject to animal, and I'm gonna change it to animal body, not eye face. Here's where it gets a little tricky. I need to grab a cat, set it out there, come back here and start the video. Usually they'll probably want to follow me back, so we'll see how this works. Right now there's one grabbing onto my leg, so normally a nuisance, but today's their time to shine. Let's go. There we go. See? Nice day, right? Ah. All right, we don't have it yet. All right, the detection is a little iffy because the contrast isn't great. It definitely was moving there. Yep, it's definitely trying to track it. But it has no idea. All right, that didn't work super good. It's staying tracked. Oh, now it lost the cat in the grass. Come here, kitties, come out here. The one time I need you, you're running away. What's with that? All right, it's got her. Oh, come on. All right, so that first test was not abundantly successful. I think the busy background that I was working with there was kind of keeping the camera from really maintaining a good solid focus in the first place, subject detection focus. And because the whole gimbal tracking thing is built on the autofocus, if you aren't getting a good focus, it's not gonna work that great. But just now I tried it in a better lighting scenario here with the cat. Here, I'll show you right now. Just living it up right now. But I was able to orbit around him without controlling the gimbal myself. The gimbal was tracking the cat by itself. So what we did show, even if our results weren't all that great, is that the gimbal tracking does work in other focus modes, including animals. But I'm interested to see how it does with cars. Let's try that. All right, so we have our awesome car subject here, and let's just see how this works. I have it set to subject detection car, and right now I have it on like entire car, and in a second I'll try it with prioritizing the front of the car, which is the other option from the new S5 II update from this year. So let's see how this works. All right, it's got the car, it is tracking. I'm not gonna move my gimbal. I'm just gonna see if it can track it off to the side. There we go. So it looks like it lost him when he went behind the trees there, but that's kind of to be expected. That worked flawlessly. I mean, it grabbed the car solid, great autofocus, like it stayed focused on it, tracked it right across. I mean, that was about as good as you could hope for. All right, so now I'm gonna hop into the settings here and turn it over to detecting not car entire subject, but car main part priority, which would be the front. I expect it would work the exact same, but you know, maybe there's a difference. Let's see. Come on, there we got it. I'm gonna initiate the tracking. You're tracking, not moving. So I think it lost it on the turn there when the front of the car went out of view. So probably the best bet would be to stick with the car detection entire subject setting rather than the front priority. But yeah, that was significantly better results than with the animals. Something I notice is anytime that autofocus box starts to get a little wobbly and kind of wanting to hop around and not real solid, then your tracking starts to kind of wander. And it can start kind of getting in this almost a feedback loop where it starts wandering more and more. That's not ideal, but pretty much anytime your autofocus is knocking it out of the park, the tracking is doing a pretty good job as well. So yeah, I mean, does it track cars? Yes. To you who commented, you know who you are. This is for you. Tracking automobiles was a success. All right, so this totally works. If you're using one of the Lumix cameras that's in the compatible list, I'll try to put the list as best I know it in the description below. And one of the DJI gimbals, the RS4 Pro, RS4, RS3 Mini, there's a whole list of them. Connect it with the USB cable, and this gimbal auto tracking feature is available to you. I mean, I have it turned on right now. I can lean back and forth. I'm not touching the gimbal controls, and it tracks me. So if you're somebody that has one of those Lumix cameras and the DJI gimbal, that auto tracking feature is already available to you without going and getting the new RS4 Mini. So that's pretty cool. I learned something today. That's really neat. Now the question is the RS4 Mini's tracking with that tracking module gonna be better than this setup? Because I haven't really been blown away by like the mechanics of it. It's a little choppy. Like I lean over here, it comes and grabs me. I lean back here. I mean, it just leaves a little bit to be desired. Like I wouldn't really feel super happy using this to get real professional results because it's just a little bit jerky. But I don't have an RS4 Mini. So if you do, comment below your experience. Let me know how well it's worked for you and if it seems like a reliable tool for doing auto tracking. I don't know, this has been a cool journey. Thanks for joining me. If you want to check out this video next, you are welcome to. And if you found value in the video, be sure to hit the like button. Usually I lean over to leave room for the video card right here, but it's tracking my face, so I can't do that. It's just gonna point at me. I will see you guys in the next one.